Hi, Mukundan. Thank you very much for making a wonderful presentation on the AI and throwing a lot of light on augmented reality. And I just seen your couple of slides. It was a bit scary, especially on the AI on the design side. Can you just tell me a little bit about how this artificial intelligence going to take over on the design side? Like you just type, you get the image. So, how do you see the future on design and for the designers?
So, if you look at the history here, right? So, I'm going to tell you one thing. Look at any process or any industry for that matter. It all starts with people experimenting, like in smaller POCs, and then they take it up to a level where they put employees to run the show. And once it matures to a level, then we start adding the layer of automation. The three industrial revolutions actually explain the story pretty well. And now we are actually going to apply this logic to what we are doing, design. So again, if you look at the design as a history, people started doing it in hand, and then in the last 20 years, people started using tools. There was resistance at the beginning. Now people use all type of tools to do all the crazy designs, fancy designs. Now there has been a good understanding and acceptance over there. And what's the next thing? So when this question comes up, so we also want to offload all the repetitive and the easy but time-taking tasks to a machine. So that's where AI for design is coming into picture. There is still going to be a person who has to understand, put in his ideas in a way the machine can understand. It's as simple as text. He has to give in the right keywords and train, probe the machine so that it can give the right inputs and the right outputs. You're still judgmental. You still are the judge. Still make choices. So I would say like it's not taking away jobs. We are only offloading the repetitive, time taking task to a machine so that we can free ourselves and use our time for something even more creative and more human requirements around.
Thank you. And I just have one more question. Like future. Um, I'm sure a lot of automation we're going to see. How about like in future in India? How do you see automation, growth and robotics growth? Like can you just give me some inputs or how are they ready to adapt to that new technology? Are we ready?
Um, so again, if you look in the last 20 years, we've always been the creator economy. So we've been creating for the world. But in the last 5 years and where we are right now, we are a consumer economy. There's a lot of requirements for us to consume. So we continue to produce for the Western world, but we also started consuming it at our own levels. So that is the reason why the demand has gone higher, even in India. So when India faces a problem, the world faces a problem. We can put it that way also now because of the size of the population and the demands and the spending capacity. It's gone really high for a normal Indian. So now again, when if we want to cater to such a big, vast economy and a vast country like India, the population, only way to do that is start acting smartly, using AI and automation to automate most of the process, so that we can save a lot of time, bandwidth, and start putting human brains on things where there is a need for that. So I think it's a well thought through, and I think it's the right time. It's not the future. I'm saying it's happening right now. So I would welcome everyone, each one of you, to be part of it. Thank you.
So one more question is like how do you find this kind of program done by APTech? And I'm sure this is the second time you're doing for us. Thank you very much again. And how do you find uh, the other speakers? Can you just give me input and why printers and packaging people should attend these kind of programs?
I think the first thing I would like to highlight is AP Tech as a the committee, they've spent meticulous time in choosing the speakers with a deep thought in mind, so that there is relevance between the topics that we speak. There is a lot of common interest as well. So I think as an audience, when they come and talk to the speakers after their speech, from that only it proves very clearly like there is a strong requirements for such a set of information which is otherwise not available for them. I wish this happens more often. And some of you might also they've also questioned me like, hey, you are more from a tech guy, what do you have more to offer in the print? But what I'm saying is, tech is something where it is right now, it all began from the printing press. So we should, it has actually taken two different paths, but it's time for them to come together. And yeah, it should happen right now.
Thank you very much, Mukundan.